Everyone? Welcome back to YGC. I'm Justin, alongside Billy, Bruce, and Brandon, who is currently muted because he's uploading things. So go check out whatever he just uploaded on the YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Week 6 is now completely in the books outside of the Chargers-Cowboys game tonight before we record. Brandon, I'm sure you're looking forward to that. Billy, I know you're pissed. Bruce, I know you're pissed. I'm celebrating a victory Monday, which I did not expect to be celebrating fully, but I'm happy I am. No more undefeated teams. The 1972 Dolphins are popping champagne for the 51st year in a row. How you guys doing?
Terrible.
Go Bolts.
The NFL is rigged. Like, you want to start with the 1:00 games, or you want to just get into the climaxes? Whatever you want to do, Justin.
No undefeated teams. No more undefeated teams. I think that's a big thing, especially considering who was left. 49ers and Eagles, top dogs in the NFC, most well-rounded teams. Browns beat the Niners, Jets beat the Eagles. Two big wins for the Jets and Browns also, but how do we feel about the Niners and Eagles going forward now that we've seen them lose games and on the other end of it?
The Eagles, I feel like once Lane Johnson went down, they were sending heat at Jalen Hurts, and like it was just an adjustment thing. And when they used sending heat, he had to make decisions faster, and it led to a couple bad decisions. This is the first time I think Jalen Hurts been through adversity on the Eagles. I mean, besides when he was trying to fight for his job over Wentz, but
you mean the last two, like since the last 2 years?
Yeah.
Basically, every year he's ever been a quarterback, Bruce.
I never said every year he'd been a quarterback. I said besides when he was fighting for his job over Wentz. Did I say that?
He fights adversity every year. You got people like Billy out here, man. Just hate him for no reason.
Bro, but his team is stacked. That's what I'm talking about, like real adversity. Like,
Yeah, because everybody hypes him up as a top 3 QB, but as soon as he doesn't have the best offensive line, he crumbles.
Brock Purdy too. Like Brock Purdy showed a little bit of that too. Like
49ers are going to be fine. I think they're probably going to win the Super Bowl. But
I think that's very possible.
Yeah, they most likely are.
The whole year this year, I've been saying the Eagles are the worst undefeated team I've ever seen. I don't think that's good.
Their schedule just gets harder too.
No, they hit that rough stretch now. I'm more worried about the Eagles than I am about the Niners. I think the Niners, they lost the game because their field goal missed a kick, a 40-yarder.
Also, Browns.
The Browns also. Yeah, Browns have a great defense. Eagles had injuries. Jets had injuries in that game. Definitely concerning that you couldn't beat the Jets without Sauce and DJ. And they were playing Bryce Hall, who was a 5th-round pick in 2020. Craig James, fresh off the practice squad. Michael Carter II, who was a good nickel corner. And Tay Hayes, who I didn't even know who Tay Hayes. I didn't know he was on the team until I saw him lining up against A.J. Brown.
I mean,
and I got to give that unit credit for what they did.
Yeah, it's Robert Saleh. Hey.
Saleh deserves a shit ton of credit. That defense was on fire all game.
Yeah, you saw the clip at the end. He was like, it looked like he put in so much pain after they won. He was like, in relief. He was like he lost mad stress.
It was a hard-fought game.
God,
that was coming down to the defense was going to have to win that game because in the second half, especially, the Jets' offense was not moving the ball, and then they kept making Jalen Hurts making dumb mistakes. That's what they do. They make good quarterbacks do stupid shit. Like Josh Allen, 29 of 41, 236, 1 touchdown, 3 picks. That's the method to beating Josh, which I thought we were going to come on here today and talk about the Giants upsetting the Bills when I was watching last night. They sacked Josh Allen 5 times when the Jets played them. Patrick Mahomes even, I know they lost that game, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Jalen Hurts, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. All of them, their QB ratings were 63 or lower. None of them had over a 70 QBR against them. They make the elite of the elite at quarterback look pedestrian. And that's how they're going to have to win games going forward with how their offense looks. There's definitely concern still about the offense. They had the bye week. They got to fix some things. I mean, some of it's just a talent thing and injury thing. Like you lose The two players you couldn't lose on offense, they lost for the whole year to Achilles tears. That was Aaron Rodgers and AVT. So hopefully the line just gels. Joe Tippmann went down yesterday, which that fucking sucked. Hopefully he's not out long term. But last time I said that, AVT was out for the season, so who knows? Also, shout out to Tony Adams for making, I guess you can call it the game-winning interception. He was an undrafted safety. His second year in the league. The coaching staff loves him, has hyped him up a lot. He's been not the greatest throughout the year, but he definitely had his best game yesterday, and along with the interception to seal it, which was great. And in terms of Saleh and Douglas, this might be one of their biggest wins in their tenure because it showed the depth of the team and how much talent there is there.
One of the biggest wins because I never beat them before. Like,
Well,
literally.
yeah, we never beat the Eagles either, but they played them 12 times
they were
throughout the history of the
12-0
NFL.
against y'all, which is crazy.
So I knew something was about to give. They were undefeated. They never lost to us. It was time.
Yeah.
Something had to give.
Hopefully you guys can keep that same energy with the Patriots now.
Win that one. See them at the end of the year.
I can't wait for that one, man.
I already have a feeling about that. What is going to be going into that?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with the win. 3-3 at the bye. I would have signed up with that with Aaron, honestly, with how the first 6 games looked, with the back half looking the way it looked. But I'll sign up for 3-3 easily with Zach Wilson as your starting quarterback, and you faced the Bills, the Cowboys. I know the Patriots aren't that good, but they have always had your number. The Chiefs, Broncos, and Eagles. 3-3 of that stretch with Zach Wilson at QB, you sign up for it. Especially when you beat the Bills and Eagles in that stretch.
But as we go along, that Patriots loss just looks more and more disgusting. I'm not gonna lie.
It hurts. They should be 4-2.
Yeah, the Patriots don't look like a good football team.
No, they're not. I don't think they're that good. I'm done picking them. I picked the Raiders. I picked the Patriots last week. The Raiders beat them. They're not good. So I'm definitely hopping. I'm full on in the whole New England is not good whatsoever. Maybe even it's time to just tear it all down, but that's a discussion probably for a video by itself.
The Giants twins. Let's hear about y'all, man. The 2 biggest Giants fans on the pod. I'll mute myself now.
I've
let Billy talk. He hasn't been on in a minute. So,
yeah, that Giants game was truly the most hurt I've ever been on top of football. They should have won that game. The shout out to Wink, shout out to the defense. They've been carrying the Giants all year, but that offense just can't. They're allergic to scoring touchdowns. I don't understand it. You can't win a game on the 1-yard line 2 separate times in the game and you end up with 0 points. Am I right?
It's yeah.
But they tried a little method. They tried the audible by Tyrod. I can understand where he came from on that. You got Saquon. Huh?
You can't. I don't understand where he's coming from. If you have no timeouts with that amount of time left, you can't run the ball, no matter what.
Yeah, the first play has to be a pass, and then you got to run the ball. If you're gonna run it, you wait till 2nd or 3rd down. You got to go for the end zone.
No, you don't run it at all. Because
if there's 3 seconds left on the clock, and you just want to do like a what's it called? A snap.
But then if there's 3 seconds left on the clock, then you kick the field goal and get the 3 points, 9-0, and then you don't have to worry about what happened at the end of the game.
That's an option as well.
It was
the only option.
Complete debacle at the end of the first half. They can't have that happen. They're facing a good team to begin with.
And I get it.
I running back behind him. The O-line was kind of not, I kind of feel it a little bit, but
you trust Tyrod to get rid of that ball, though. I don't think he'd take a sack in that situation.
But like how Saquon said, he said he wanted that too. Like he said, even both times, he said he kind of wanted it, but he said as a competitor, like I want the ball in those situations.
That's normal. I would expect him to want the ball. Yeah, you can't be on the goal line in that situation at the end of both halves and come away with 0 points. Especially the first half one is obviously the big, awful fucking mistake that they made because I would have felt better while watching that game if the Giants went into halftime up 2 possessions. The way their defense was playing, you feel a lot better going forward because, especially like now in hindsight, especially, I know we're going to talk about the penalty or the non-call. You don't need that if they just kick that field goal or score at the end of the first half.
Nah, we need that because that's the rules of football. So
I get it's the rules of football, but it didn't. That penalty didn't cause Tyrod Taylor to check into a run.
Yeah. I feel bad for the Giants defense, man, especially as of these past couple of games. They're actually looking like a really good group, but their offense just giving them
Deontay Banks strapping. Oh my God, that nigga was strapping.
He looks like a great corner. Bobby Okereke looks like an amazing offseason pickup.
Yeah, was he like top 5 in solo tackles last season?
He's a player. I'm not sure, but he's a player. He did really good yesterday. Micah McFadden did good. Their defense, you can't put anything on their defense. I mean, their defense has been good almost every game, but eventually, when your offense,
their defense is, you can tell they're starting to mesh more from playing together.
And then when your offense can't score points, your defense is going to eventually just say, like, what are we doing, you know?
Yeah, Deontay Banks is so nice. He's really out there, really doing his thing against Stephon Diggs.
He's a good corner.
But yeah, holding Stephon Diggs to 100 yards is a pretty decent game. I'm not gonna
lie. Yo, bro, he's a rookie corner. He was getting
seriously holding Stephon Diggs to 100 yards is a pretty good game, bro. 100 yards, no touchdowns. Not a bad game.
But he was getting third down stops, bro.
Yeah, I'm saying it wasn't a bad game. He played pretty well. 100 yards.
Let's talk about that. The last play of that game. Everybody could agree that was pass interference.
I fell asleep.
Yeah, under the rule, yes. Under the rule book, yes. Did I think they were going to call it because they're on the goal line because of a call already? Probably not. But under the rules of football, yeah, that should be called.
You got to be consistent with your calls. If you're going,
I agree.
The play before that wasn't as bad a pass interference.
No.
As the play. You have to call. You have to be consistent with your calls. I don't understand.
I think the refs kind of set themselves up with that shit by giving them the call because honestly, I think because it's not like I saw anything crazy on the one that was called, and if they probably let it go. Okay, we go about your business. The better team won. It sucks. Giants defense played a hell of a game. They lost though. But now there's a whole discussion of penalty that should have maybe been called and gave the Giants another chance.
Yeah, he totally held Darren Waller's left arm back. He would have caught that if he wasn't getting interfered. It's kind of I just want some consistency with the calls. Like, if you're not going to call it, don't call it at all. If you're going to call it, then call it every time it happens.
If you're going to call it, call it against the other team.
And the Giants got roughing the passer when the dude only hit his arms. He pushed his arms, and Josh Allen basically flopped.
Oh, you can't even roughing the passer is absolutely.
Really
there's almost in every primetime game now. Almost every standalone game, you can pinpoint roughing the passer calls that are bad. That used to never get called.
They've had a serious referee problem for years now. It feels like.
They should let me in there, man. I'm not biased at all.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's the whole safety regulations now with the league. They call. It's roughing the passer. There was in the Jets-Eagles game. Allen Lazard threw a blindside block. It's a routine fucking block. It was just a little bit of a hard hit. It was a 40-yard swing. It put the Jets they would have been inside the 10 on a free play that they got, but then the free play was negated because of the personal foul penalty, and the personal foul kicked in, and then they were on the other side of midfield because of it.
I agree with Justin. They try to make this sport a little bit safer so we don't have like future Antonio Browns and stuff. But
so
it's just like,
and I get that, but it's just not calling shit or calling these little fucking pushes to the quarterback. That's not gonna fucking. There's one almost every game.
In sports, because the NBA does it too. Is it okay to have makeup calls? Like if you mess up on a call, the next ticky tack call on the other team, do you make up for it or do you just go from there?
I mean, it happens, and I guess it's somewhat okay, but at the same time, it's not okay. Like, I've seen makeup calls that have been made, and they're awful. Like, there was nothing there to even be had, and then a flag is thrown. I mean, I love when the ball doesn't lie and some bullshit happens to the team that just got an easy penalty or ticky-tacky penalty.
And then how do you get rid of star treatment too? Because some people are gonna get different calls depending on who you are. Like Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce,
Jalen. Where's your
Hurts.
face, bro?
Just know, I just want to state this out to the world. If that was a little Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce duo in the playoffs, that is a flag every time, especially on the last drive.
Yes, and that's star treatment, and that will always be a thing. There is nothing that can fix that. Stars will always get treated differently. Stars will get calls that the 5th round wide receiver or the 5th round QB starting will not get. That's just how it is and how it will always be. And it's unfortunate, I guess, that stuff happens sometimes, but I've learned to accept that is what it is. Now, I enjoy watching Patrick Mahomes. This season, it feels like the Chiefs have been bailed numerous times on calls, and I don't want to start hating the Chiefs because of that, because that's what ended up with the Patriots. Everyone started to hate the Patriots because it felt like they would get every fucking call in every game. That even the games that it feels like they're going to lose, they end up winning because some pass interference call that happened on 3rd and 15 or so on. Now that you see the Chiefs are starting to get that as well, and it sucks, and I get that stars get calls, but sometimes it does get too much.
Let's be honest though, the Chiefs have to make the playoffs. Like as much as the NFL is advertising them right now,
I don't think the Chiefs need those calls. That's what I'm saying though. I don't think they need those calls to make the playoffs.
Probably not, but
I don't think in all reality Josh Allen needs his defense to not get called for a holding penalty to win a game against the Giants. It was a close game, and it is what it is. But I think more times often than not, Josh Allen's going to go out and win that game. Josh Allen's going to make the playoffs this year.
Yeah,
I think maybe not. I don't know, but
hey, Josh Allen's in a bunch of commercials. Chris Jones is in a bunch of commercials.
Did Billy dip?
Yeah, maybe. He probably did.
Yeah, it's all right. Josh Allen, Chris Jones, all these dudes are in a bunch of commercials. Like a whole bunch of money. The NFL doesn't want to see TJ Stroud in the playoffs right now. They want to see Joe Burrow.
No, they might right now.
I mean, listen, right?
We'll get to them in a second. Actually, I want to get to them.
You gotta think about it, Brandon, right? The endorsements, they rather pay the upcoming stars, right? Because they're gonna be a little bit more cheaper than you gotta pay Patrick Mahomes for an advertisement.
But Patrick Mahomes is safe, bro. Like, regardless of the fact,
safe bread. Yeah, safe bread. Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, at least from what we've seen, this guy's an upstanding citizen. Him, Andy Reid, the whole entire crew are all great people. And in today's climate,
current dynasty, also like that's
a super team that everyone can follow, easy to advertise. People love the Chiefs. People love.
You have the fucking Swifties on it too.
The Swifties too, and they're making them even more likable at this point. And you know what makes money? Likable teams.
They're not.
Or hated teams. One or two.
Hated teams make a shit ton of money. Are you kidding me? People would tune in to watch the Patriots lose every fucking time they were in prime time.
They're not gonna win the Super Bowl though. Like not this year. They're gonna make them go. They're gonna make them go to like the playoffs and all that. But I feel like if they make them win this Super Bowl and do all these calls, it's gonna make it hot, especially when everybody's talking about the NFL is scripted. Like everything is already kind of hot. So
but that's how
they gotta make them lose this year. So
ever since what's it called?
Billy said he broke glass. And we might have heard it. I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, I think I heard something.
That is why Billy is not here.
I saw his face. He something fell. He looked down. He's like, I was like, oh,
ever since the Tuck rule, bro, people have been saying the NFL has been rigged, bro. So, like, even though it's scripted now, and
it's always going to be. People are always going to say it's rigged. And yes, are there throughout the history of the NFL, 100 years, have there been calls because a ref reached in his pocket and was like, "Oh, I need this to happen," or they want this to happen, or maybe they have money on something, or they have someone have money on something? Okay, that's definitely happened before. And yes, refs. I do think refs suck a good amount.
Until there is another,
they do have a hard job, but
there probably is a NFL ref that's a Tim Donaghy or something like that. But until there is a Tim Donaghy that comes out and is betting on these NFL games.
What? Yo, what's good with that? Like during the games, I forget his name, but why they contact that veteran ref that be in New Jersey or whatever? Like why he?
Well, that's NBC's rules analyst.
Yeah. He was an old Super Bowl ref, so he's been in like he was a crew chief, everything like that. So they call him in. Does he still do the Super Bowl or no?
Yeah, they actually need him to do Super Bowl. Like I don't know.
Well, yeah,
like,
but a lot of those guys though at the same time, like they'll defend bad. Like I've seen it, they'll defend bad calls.
Oh,
I mean,
it's just
like if we're the Jets Eagles game, there were some fucking bad calls. Like
it's like a police
block, the Jalen Hurts touchdown. If it was ruled a touchdown on the field,
bro, they can't see it.
But yeah, like it is supposed to be indisputed evidence to change a call, right?
There was no evidence, bro. I couldn't.
It wasn't indisputed that he was down or that he broke the plane or that like you could not tell. And so what I've always been told and what they tell everyone is when you cannot tell, that is not indisputed evidence. The call on the field stands, which is why I knew the A.J. Brown catch was not going to get overturned. Even though with what happened with Jalen Hurts, you want a makeup call, that probably should have been the makeup call.
And even if Bruce, it's like the police, it's like what else? Like a union, anything like that. It's a brotherhood, man. The NFL is a brotherhood too. You don't purposely make another one of your brothers look bad. Even if they're wrong in the situation, you try to cover up as best as you can because you want them to do the same thing for you.
The NFL protects the fuck out of referees, and I get why. Hey, Billy's back. I get why they protect refs.
Yeah, so I had a little bit of a situation just after that.
Protect the refs?
No, I didn't hear it.
I understand that, but like when you said brotherhood and all that stuff, like these are contract gigs, though. These are contract gigs. These are like
it doesn't matter, bro. There's senior refs. Your senior refs are gonna look out for your bottom tier new refs. Everything like they're not just gonna leave a ref out to dry unless they're a Tim Donaghy. Unless you're purposely fixing
that bag, bro. Every man gonna want their own bag.
Well, the way you do it is by working your way up, making good calls. But it's impossible. Even if we were refs, bro, like you could put a rocket scientist as a ref. He's gonna make mistakes.
It's a hard job to begin with. Like I'm not saying it's easy to be a ref. I'm not saying every call is gonna happen but okay. So with Donaghy, if someone like if you found out like. Yeah, with like the last 7 years, there's been a Donaghy in the NFL. Would you be surprised?
Not at all. And it doesn't even come down to betting or anything like that. Like even what Tim Donaghy said back then, it was okay. Allen Iverson was in the NBA, and the league didn't like Allen Iverson, and certain refs didn't like Allen Iverson. So you know what they did? They didn't give him a lot of calls. He was getting his ass kicked constantly, and he had to finish through contact. Would I believe that certain quarterbacks, if a Cam Newton, if what else people may not like? I don't know. Jimmy Garoppolo may have been with their wives or something like that. Do they not like Jimmy Garoppolo? Do they not like Cam Newton? Do they not like one of these quarterbacks? They're not going to give him a call.
Oh, they hate Zach Wilson.
Oh yeah,
Zach Wilson has been face masked to the ground and hasn't gotten roughing the passer, but you see people get and it's called.
They think Zach Wilson is a pretty boy. That's why.
Yeah,
probably. And again, like that's your lower tier quarterback. They're not going to get certain calls.
Deeper than this too. How much is a check? Like, so I looked it up. The average NFL referee makes $220,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
If a team really wanted some calls to be made, and I'm talking about like all the way up as high as you can go, owner wanted a call to be made. You telling me a $500,000 check for one call? If you're a referee, you're not taking that.
You're gonna take it. It's
like, If you want to get down to the money and everything like that too, I feel like anyone is viable and it can happen. Like it's not impossible. Is it probable? Probably, but can't do anything about it.
No, exactly.
It's crazy. I just figure all this referee stuff is crazy. Like,
and it's not.
It's not. I mean, I feel like somebody gotta get to the answers. You know, I might start a documentary on my referee journey.
Bruce, you will be found in a ditch by week 3, bro. You're going after $1 billion.
Bro, no, I gotta work my way up.
Okay, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, you want to work your way up. You make a bad call in the NFL, there's security protecting you. You make a bad call in a high school game, you might have some crazy fucking high school parents on your ass.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna be great. I'm gonna be good at my career from high school and then college, and then once I get to like the XFL, that's when I'm gonna start walling.
And you always okay. At the end of the day, even if you can make every call perfectly, you can call perfect games. You're still going to have fans hate you. That's why I'll say it's a hard job, because if you're throwing a PI against the home team, you're going to have every fan, even if the defensive back leveled the wide receiver before the ball was even there. You're going to have fans be pissed because that's their team, and that's all they care about is their team, which I get as a fan. But that's where it's, as a ref, that's where it's hard.
The NFL refs still have the existence of the Rams and Saints in their history, and that should never even be in football history and no calls. That's literally the most blatant shit I ever saw in my life.
But at the same time, New Orleans had the ball and a chance, and they gave it right back to LA in overtime. One call usually doesn't affect the game, even if it's in the most important moment or the least important moment.
We got basketball.
Now I'll give you. There's a shit ton of calls. Then we could talk. But
yep, it's basketball season. Knicks are about to start playing. So even if this season does go to shit, at least we got some type of hope, man. For winter.
I'm 3-3 at the bye without Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, my fantasy team. Yo, Billy, you should have played fantasy seriously this year, man. That shit was actually kind of fun.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I felt, bro. My team shit the bed. And we're gonna lose in all 22, I think, because we're currently up 1, but Michael Parsons is still left in for our opponent. So, hey, we're gonna be 4-2.
Unless Rashawn Slater has the game of his life.
That is true. He could really, it'd be impossible though.
No. Yeah, I mean, we can't get negative points, so
yeah, we're not gonna win this week, but we'll make some changes. There's definitely a few defensive changes we can make. Some guys on the bench had good days, so we'll have to evaluate. It's just hard when we have Epinesa on the bench, but we have Joshua and Aiden Hutchinson as edge rushers.
Shout out Kyle Pitts too.
Kyle Pitts finally doing some fucking. Atlanta lost, but on to
that trade. Yeah. Keep going.
Brandon, this is you were talking about the Bengals and how you think they're gonna get back into it and they're gonna coast to the playoffs just like they did last year. They got a huge win against Seattle. Do you still feel that way with their schedule coming up?
That was still a must-win game.
It was a huge must-win game. They have San Francisco. San Francisco off of a loss now coming up too.
Home run Bregman. So
I think they're chilling against San Fran.
And they're not chilling.
You think they're fine? I don't think that's pissed off San Fran. No.
They're not
no
CMC though. Yeah, that could be a problem.
That's what I say. I think they might be chilling. Like
Jeff Wilson is hurt and CMC's hurt, but then if they really needed to, they could just put Debo at running back, and he'll probably get 80 yards.
Is Debo gonna? I think Debo will play next week, but Debo's also banged up. I mean, they're starting to get banged up, which is the biggest. What's gonna stop that team from winning a Super Bowl?
But the thing is, these guys don't have to play through. If I'm Kyle Shanahan, I'm like, yo, CMC, take a break. Debo, take a break. Like, the team is deep, bro.
Well, look how many running backs thrive in that system.
Your team is deep, but also you can't just have Christian McCaffrey be out for that long. You see Saquon out for 3 weeks, and you see how rusty he comes back, bro.
Well, you'd start playing him at the end when he's fully healthy at the end of the year. But the job is for the 49ers. The regular season job is to get that 1 seed. And if you want to really look at it, the Eagles have the Dolphins next week, and you guys got the Bengals. I think
you can lose. You can survive. Okay, it's not the end of the world if 2 of your losses, because they're not going to lose a lot of games. If 2 of your losses at the end of the year, if you're San Francisco against the Bengals and the Browns in back-to-back weeks, you're sleeping well at night because those are 2 out-of-conference games. If you're going to lose games, lose the out-of-conference ones.
And you're in full control of your own destiny because you play the Eagles. If you go into that game, the biggest game you got to worry about is the Eagle game. If you beat the Eagles,
they beat and I still think they're the best team in football.
Yeah, but if for a Bengals game, a ticky-tack out-of-conference Bengal game, which it could be a big difference later on in the year, but you don't risk everyone for this game.
No, not at all. Like I don't. If McCaffrey's not 100%, you don't put him out there.
Yeah, I just hope that the injuries do not get any worse on that Eagles team, on the O line especially, because then.
Once Lane went out,
I'm not trying to put down Jalen Hurts, but if that adversity hits him at this time of the season, or even mid-season or playoffs, he could possibly fold. Possibly.
No, he will.
Now, what's the scary thing out of that Niners game is Trent Williams is beatable. It looks like I never thought
that's
that.
Myles Garrett, bro. You can't even compare that to like a regular.
There's other people in the league as good as Myles Garrett is a top 3, top 4,
top 2.
Top 3, top 4. There's a Nick Bosa.
Top 2.
There's a Nick Bosa and there's
a lot of metrics. There's metrics and people that would argue Myles is the best edge rusher in the NFL.
Oh,
I don't think he is, but there are metrics to it and everything that you can really argue. He's definitely top 4, top 5
in terms of rushers.
He's one of the elite of the elite.
Bro, but if you're talking about, the top 2 is literally Michael Parsons and Myles Garrett, then Nick Bosa at 3.
That is.
You gotta sleep on. Don't forget TJ. Don't forget Bryce Huff.
A healthy.
Actually, I get TJ 3, Nick Bosa for.
See, but you're tripping, bro. TJ has to be TJ. When TJ's playing, the Steelers are a playoff team. Like literally, he's just a difference.
Bro,
the Steelers get 10 times better.
It's literally the biggest piece.
That's what TJ is to that team.
I mean, I will say Cleveland's defense is top. Like Pittsburgh's defense is probably top 10, but like Cleveland's top 3.
And that homeboy on the Ravens, and the Steelers too. Not the Steelers, the Patriots when he's healthy.
Oh,
Judon?
Chris Jones.
Yeah.
Because Chris Jones.
Judon, I don't think is on the level of Garrett and all them though. Like Garrett, Parsons, TJ, Bosa. He puts up numbers and he's good. I just don't think he's on the same I won't say stratosphere because that's a little, but he's not on the same tier. He's a triple.
In terms of a disruptor, there's Dexter, there's Chris Jones, there's not anymore. Well, it doesn't look like anymore because he doesn't have the pieces around him. But Aaron Donald, Chris Jones lines up everywhere. I hate Chris Jones.
Don't forget Quentin.
Quentin too.
We're talking that.
Nah, Chris Jones. Ever since what I saw last year in the playoffs against the Bengals, where he single-handedly just tearing up the O line, was just absolutely crazy.
The thing about that dude is he can play every single spot on the defensive line. He can just move all over the place.
Yeah, that's Myles Garrett too.
Donald does that. I mean, yeah, you see a lot of teams doing shit like that. You got Micah lining up everywhere, Myles Garrett everywhere.
Yeah, find a weak spot and then expose it. And then look at and I'm seeing a lot more corner blitzes this year too from the good teams.
But you see, I'm seeing a skill gap being developed though, because it's all right, the right ends and your left edge rushers and your.
Heard me or not, but
you heard what I said, Justin?
No, I'm fucking Brody called me.
Nah, I feel like now Brandon said now they just the D tackles are moving to the edges and they could do all that stuff. And I'm seeing versatility there. And I'm seeing now I'm thinking there's about to be a skill gap because now on the offensive line it's you put a left tackle or right tackle, it's bro, they gotta get adjusted to it. They gotta get their footwork down. It's you can't just move around offensive linemen like how you can move around a D lineman.
Well, that's why out of the draft now, offensive linemen with multiple positions, multiple they can play multiple positions is so valuable. Yeah. A person like AVT who can move around the line. Who else? Creed Humphrey. He can play center, but I think he can play guard if you really needed him to as well. Mm-hmm. Just having dudes that can play tackle, guard.
Skoronski in Tennessee. That's why I think from going back to last year's draft, Paris Johnson was the best pure tackle and left tackle. Mm-hmm. But Skoronski to me bought that I could put him at guard. I could probably put him at 4 of the 5 positions on the line. Yeah.
It's becoming now that left tackle used to be the most important position because
no, it still is.
No, it still is. But then if you have a top tier left tackle and your right tackle is doo-doo, then you could do stuff to protect your other tackle. Having having a strong left tackle is still big. It's
hard to scheme around 2 bad tackles.
Yeah.
As a Giant fan, having a left tackle is important because as soon as Andrew Thomas went down,
But you could look at Drew Brees back in the day and other type of Tom Brady too. Like some quarterbacks feel more comfortable stepping into the pocket, so they can have worse tackles that can just at least try to force them outside. They can step in and make their throw. Some quarterbacks like more interior alignment. It depends on your quarterback too. Like how
it's not everything is the same for each team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Lions, they just keep proving me wrong, or not wrong, right every single week. They are going to probably be a contender at the end of the year this year.
I think they're the third best team in the NFC.
They're going to upset someone in the playoffs.
First round exit.
They're going to upset someone.
I don't know, man. That fucking stadium's going to be rocking.
Wait, so all right. So where's
that stadium's going to be packed because they're going to get a home playoff game.
All right, so where's your prediction is what they're going to be like top 3 seed?
I think they'll be the third seed. I think they'll be the first team to clinch the division. I think
so
in the entire NFL. Them or Jacksonville.
Talking about like a bottom NFC team, so like it could be like Seahawks versus Lions. Like I don't know, they could sell that one.
That's what
they could sell that one.
Match up well with them every
time
too.
Saying.
That's what. Yeah. So again, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I think they'll end up like finishing the third seed. Maybe the Eagles fucking rattle off some losses with the hard schedule coming up, and the Lions can bump up into that 2 seed. And a 2 seed's never lost to a 7 seed in the 3 years that we've had a 7 seed. So,
or overall better team than the Eagles.
Or Baker Mayfield gets his get back against the Lions in the playoffs, go to the second round, and then put up a fight against the Eagles.
They're not.
Go like 4 TDs.
God, I know you want Baker to win.
You gotta make the playoffs and you gotta win a game because I think the only way Tampa gets in is if they win their division.
Yeah,
the
Saints are a better matchup for the Lions and the Bucs. I'm not gonna lie.
Saints are terrible.
The Saints offense.
Saints.
I know. I'm probably echoing Marcus on this.
Their cars,
they need to change. Yeah, but they need to change offensively. They need to fire that offense coordinator. I heard a lot about Derek Carr in the red zone, and I never really full on paid attention to it until this year.
Oh, it's bad.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's really bad.
It's really fucking bad. Like I'm sitting here wearing a Jets hoodie saying that shit, but still, like, their red zone offense is terrible.
He'll give you a 70-yard bomb, 80-yard bomb, and then 4 plays in a row. That's
what I'm saying. He'll flip the field. He'll go from 20 to 20, but do you trust him to score a touchdown after he does that? That's his biggest issue.
Yeah, well, he's never been a mobile threat. Like, if Derek Carr out the pocket's not scaring anyone.
No, not at all.
He's accurate, but AK is good out the backfield. He's never really had, besides Devontae, I don't know if his weapons in the red zone have never been really that good, but you got to figure something out with those weapons. Right?
What?
They have weapons now. That's what I'm saying. I think it's a combination of they're not coordinated and coached well offensively, and they don't have the greatest quarterback play either, especially when it comes to red zone offense.
Yeah. What's up, Bruce?
I was just saying, like, what separates Derek Carr from like a Matthew Stafford? Because Matthew Stafford good scorer in the red zone.
6 points is better than 3. That's what separates a lot of QBs.
Yeah.
A lot of good QBs and bad QBs. The separation is they're going to get me 6 points more often than they get 3.
Yeah.
That separates good from elite?
It can, yeah. There's a lot to like about Derek Carr, but then there's a lot to not like. If Derek Carr was a good red zone quarterback, I think his perception around him would be so much better.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of questions with the Saints, but I think they have a shot to actually be good and make a decent playoff.
I still think everyone in that division, except for Carolina at this point, has a shot at making the playoffs. I still think Atlanta might be the best all-around team in the division. It's just Desmond Ridder is not that good. Yeah, and I'm starting to lose faith in Arthur Smith, honestly. But
as long as he's getting this ball to Kyle Pitts, that's all I really care about right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're finally doing that. But
what's up with Jimmy G? I think he might be out the league. So
they won.
It's hard for him to stay
They
healthy.
won, but he's injury prone, bro. This man's getting folded in the pocket. Like,
Look at the Raiders. The Raiders aren't really. They weren't a top offensive line destination. Probably
Bro.
going from 49ers to that. The Patriots 49ers to that is
Well,
probably
also just
that,
Kyle
but this
Shanahan to
man
Josh McDaniels too.
yeah.
This
Like in
man
terms of
can't
play
take
calling
that
and
many
weapons.
hits. Like he
I mean-
can't take that many hits. Like you could see Jimmy G cannot take that many hits. TJ Watt and the Steelers really almost folded that man.
Sounds like he's okay. I believe he will be cleared come next game.
And
Daniel said they dodged a bullet. That's what I believe the direct quote is.
But Justin, you gotta think about even when the season, like it was something what he had like a physical problem. Then he almost got folded by the Steelers, and then it's like
Oh no,
I'm seeing
Jimmy G's biggest problem is
Bruce almost getting
I don't
folded
trust
by
his
the
availability.
Steelers and the Patriots are probably not the worst teams to get folded.
But he's not. But he's not wrong.
Like,
though.
no,
He's
but
not
like
wrong
I'm
in
talking
terms
about
of
like
he gets banged up.
these
Like,
hits
he's not
are
wrong
like
at all.
affecting him. Like I'm seeing Daniel Jones, like Daniel Jones getting folded, but it's like he chilling. Like he could
Daniel Jones missed a week.
You could have put Iron Man back there. He's missing the week after the way.
Literally, hey.
But no, Bruce isn't wrong with. To even just go back to my my QB tier list before the season, it's hard for me to trust Jimmy Garoppolo. I think Jimmy Garoppolo is an okay quarterback and is a decent game manager. But you put injuries on top of it is what gets me out on him. Is that how many games am I getting him for?
Well, the Raiders need to figure out how to use all their weapons instead of just targeting one receiver every single game. Either Jacoby Myers or
Josh McDaniels.
Yeah, that's it's getting annoying at this point because it's either Jacoby gets the ball the whole game, or Devontae gets the ball the whole game, or they try to run it with Josh Jacobs the whole game.
I would have had a great day if Devontae got a touchdown.
They weren't gonna give him the ball.
If he got a touchdown, I would have won $600 instead.
And then he's not gonna get the ball again next week, and in like 2 weeks he's gonna demand the ball and he's gonna get 4 touchdowns in a game, and then that's gonna be what happens. Eventually, he's gonna have like 3 in a game.
Probably.
But is there anything else to talk about? MLB's in the playoffs right now. I'm watching the game.
What are the like top 5 QBs? Like if like the next year draft like real pre-draft, like too early pre-draft top 5 QBs.
Oh, this is an interesting time to do it, considering what just happened.
Looking at the league right now, I don't know who the hell is a top 5. Like going off production, like the top 5 QBs make actually literally no sense right now. Like Joe Burrow.
But wait, no, Bruce, you're talking about college, like coming out?
Yeah, college, yeah.
He's talking about coming out next year.
Oh, okay.
He's talking about, all right, I know what happened against Notre Dame. Caleb is still 1. Drake May is 2. Michael Penix. I think those are the top 3 guys quarterback-wise in next year's class. And then you probably can argue like your Bo Nix's, J.J. McCarthy's at 4. I'm not a huge fan of either one of them. Again,
it's just because their teams are ridiculous. Both.
Yeah, what is it? It's October 16th. It's not like I can't give you a full definitive answer who I put at 4 and 5, but Caleb's still 1.
But
according to a lot of scouts, Drake May is not that far behind. I know a lot. I think fan perception probably has changed in the last 72 hours, but I think it's closer between the two than most people think. I'm giving Caleb a decent edge there, but I do like Drake May. And Michael Penix he's probably going to win the Heisman. I'm a huge fan of his. I think his ball placement is second to none. I think he has an NFL arm.
If Caleb
those are my top 3.
Caleb Williams had rookie year. I'm playing that video over and over again, the one where I called him.
So Billy, who's the best college QB? You got Drake May?
Yeah, Caleb Williams is not him.
all right.
Drake May to the Raiders. Let's get that.
So I would have
actually, Bruce, that you brought up a good. I was gonna say, I wrote this down. I forgot to mention it. Vikings are probably gonna play themselves out of one of these guys, right?
No, they're not.
You don't think they play themselves out of these guys? They all go in the top 6. I don't.
Bro,
at this
they
point,
lost
I don't know.
Jefferson for like what? They still got 3 more games without Jefferson or 2 more games.
Yeah, but I'm not. I still think they'll end up playing themselves out of there now. I don't think they're going to be 2-15, 3-14 bad. Because I think the Broncos are terrible. I think the Bears are terrible. I think the Patriots are pretty fucking terrible. Billy, with your injuries, I'm sorry, and Bruce, the way the Giants are fucking playing, I don't know how many games you guys are gonna win going forward.
All right, so you think the Giants would take anything under the top 3 QBs? I don't think Giants are even gonna draft another.
No, I don't think so either. I'm not saying they. I'm not even
the lineman.
Yeah, they should be drafting a
anywhere
lineman.
in the
I'm not
top
saying
10
that.
is a lineman.
But like, if they had a top 3 pick, they would take a Q. But I'm saying like, I don't think the Vikings are gonna have to trade up for someone like Drake May. I don't think they're gonna. I would have told you a few weeks ago they might, and I even picked the Bears to win that game. But I don't think
a team like the Giants.
Is Jordan Travis a junior? Or is he a senior?
I think he's eligible to come out next year. I'm not sure
because
I don't think Shador is going to come out. I don't think. I'm not.
No, Shador's not coming out.
He'd probably make more.
He'd make more doing another year of college as well,
and he can get his stock higher. Boost his stock. Yeah.
So, Jordan Travis is probably my guy.
You think a team like the Bears or like a team where Caleb Williams doesn't want to go to, you think he'll actually go back? Or you think that's all?
I don't think he'll go back. I mean, it's weird because I would tell you 9 times out of 10 they will not go back because you go make money. But now they make money at college, so I guess this is gonna be the first year of maybe there is a shot.
But it's about getting better though. If you a top 2 QB for like 3 years, it's like, bro, are you getting better?
Caleb's ready for the NFL.
I think he's gonna. Yeah, I think he's
ready to go on a team like the Bears, though.
Yes, you got to.
I mean, they might have Marvin Harrison Jr.
Do you want to be great? Like, yes, you got. Do you want to be great? Like, go to the league.
Yeah, but
I mean, no one's gonna.
Who wants to chill on
Eli Manning and Phillip Rivers
years in a row?
What do you mean? Look what happened to Eli Manning and Phillip Rivers.
I'm saying the team you go to matters. Look at their careers. Eli Manning has 2 Super Bowls. Phillip Rivers has 0 because of
this is a crazy.
I get you're talking shit more than anything, but you again, the Giants that year had the 4th pick.
So Jaden McDaniels, or Jaden Daniels, my fault. Probably Drake May's up there, and I'd say Jordan Travis. Jordan Travis has been cooking this year, and I feel like maybe the mainstream media is talking about him a lot. Everyone's talking about him during draft time, about draft season. He's probably going to go under the radar, and I think he could be a good 2nd, 3rd round guy that someone's going to pick up.
And so you basically talking Drake May to the Patriots?
That would be hilarious.
I mean, that would be annoying. I don't want any of them. I hope New England fucking wins a few games because I really think New England could have like a top 3 pick. I don't want any of those 3 guys.
I think it's Bears, New England, and Patriots.
Well, don't forget the Bears might have 2 shots at that. The Bears have the number 1 pick. The Bears have the first 2 picks.
The number 1 and the number 2 pick. That's insane.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Bryce.
I know the Bears suck right now, but like they can draft Caleb and then trade that number 2 pick. Let's say they have both still. Like they're gonna be at 1 and 2 come draft time. They can trade that for a haul. They have multiple ones the next 2 years because they traded away the number 1 pick last year and got ones. So now they're just stacking picks. They probably don't trade down a shit ton, so they're still going to be able to get a lineman like Joe Alt or a wide receiver like Marvin Harrison Jr. or Keon Coleman. Like the next year's receiver class is really fucking good. The way it's
Keon
looking
Coleman,
right now.
I just want to say that too. Wide receiver 1 next year.
It's Marvin, but it's not that.
Keon Coleman.
Keon's nice.
Wide receiver
Keon
1.
is nice.
I will say this. I said it since the game 1 against, week 1 against LSU. These wide receiver 1.
I think the Bears might go with like I think they might go with an edge rusher, a QB and an edge rusher.
They do need.
I know
they need edge rushers bad, but they.
The pretty pick is going to be Marvin Harrison Jr.
You're going to take Marvin Harrison Jr. at 2 over like the best edge. I don't know who the best edge rusher in college is, but I'm pretty sure. You know how good edge rushers are when they go like top 3.
Chicago shouldn't make a pick with the number. If they have 1 and 2, they should not be making a pick at 2. They should trade that number 2 pick
for a veteran.
No, they should just trade it for a haul. They should do exactly what they did last year. They don't need 1 and 2. They need picks. They don't have talent. You can make a case that they shouldn't even take a QB.
Justin and Patriots are going to get an elite QB, and they're going to be good again.
That's probably what's going to fucking happen, yeah. They'll pick the wrong guy. Then New England picks the right guy. Belichick's going to take a special team. Don't worry.
Give that pick to the Giants. We get on Saquon. Fuck it.
Yo.
If you think Saquon's getting the fucking second overall pick, you're bugging.
We're going to get a
second overall pick.
The Giants are not going to trade up to number 2. They're not getting a quarterback first.
Just because we got a little bit of time,
I'll do it right now. We fall to 15 or 10 or something like that.
What were you saying, Brandon?
Let's get some college game day picks because why not at this point?
Bro.
Like what? I think Penix wins the Heisman. That was decided with Caleb Williams shit.
No.
The only chance Caleb had of repeating was having a great year. Like a perfect year. He shit the bed on national television standalone. He's not winning back-to-back. That's not going to happen.
Penn State versus Ohio State. Who you guys got?
Is that this week?
This week, yeah. Penn State versus
shit.
Penn State.
This weekend coming up is great, by the way.
Oh, it's going to be probably one of the best weeks in college football.
Well, there's great college football.
Colorado is going to win.
Well, actually, we'll probably get to the Colorado game. Let's see if I find it.
Makachev Volk 2.
Oh, yeah. It's a great week for
Kamaru
sports.
versus Hamzat.
Dolphins
versus
versus
Spider-Man. Insomniac Spider-Man comes out Friday, and then a full slate of Sunday football.
Dolphins versus the Eagles.
It's a pretty good week for some entertainment.
Yeah, Tennessee versus Alabama. Even though Alabama's
gonna win that. I think Ohio. Wait, where is Penn State? Ohio State.
I'm pretty sure it's at Ohio State.
Give me Ohio State. I don't think I would have picked Penn State either way, but I'm gonna. That's good. That's tough.
Well, Penn State just absolutely destroyed. Like, what was the score? It was 63-0, but it was against UMass. So
yeah, I know. That's their bye weeks without being bye weeks.
Yeah, Washington State versus Oregon, Virginia versus UNC. You got Duke versus Florida State, and Utah versus USC.
Jermaine Johnson's going to be at that game. You said.
Wait, Florida State.
Yeah, Duke versus Florida State.
Versus Duke.
Yeah, I'm at Florida State.
Any other good games?
Duke should be your team, bro. In football.
UCLA versus Stanford. Why? That's gonna be good.
Why?
Uh-oh.
Why Duke gotta be my team?
Billy, why should Duke be his team?
Oh, Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones, baby.
Oh, that QB that they got is nowhere even close to Daniel Jones.
And because
the guy they got right now is not bad though. I think he might. I haven't paid attention to I watched college football, but not a shit ton of college football this year.
Shout out to Rutgers.
Also, Rutgers is not
they're one game away from bowl eligible, right? I think they have 5 right now. Yeah, 6. That'd be cool.
Balling up there in Jersey.
That'd be fucking dope.
Colorado's on a bye week this week, but after this week, Colorado versus UCLA, and we should probably. How the hell did Colorado lose that game?
UCLA probably wins that game.
UCLA is probably stop.
Good. That's why.
They were bro, even if you're not
they're a year away.
Even if you're not a good team, it is very hard to blow a lead like that.
No, I think it's.
Oh yeah, no, that was bad.
Like this
year,
was
bad.
No, hold on. Yeah, I might think I'm crazy. But
and
this year,
because Prime can't coach. He has his players are undisciplined, and they blew that lead because of him.
See, you're tripping now. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Am I wrong?
This team was terrible last year, like god awful.
They're terrible this year.
They were as an organization. No, they're not.
They doubled their wins.
They are way better this year. Prime is not a bad coach. It's just, it was I don't know what the hell happened.
Old fashioned.
It could have been a lack of adjustments, or Stanford could have made a crazy amount of adjustments during halftime.
Wait, Brandon, whose fault is that then?
A lack of adjustments? That coach.
Say that's the coach's fault, right?
Deion's not void of blame for blowing a 29-point lead, but to completely say that he's a bad coach off of blowing 129-point lead is wild.
Not a bad coach, but I'm just tired of the hype. Like,
it's cool, bro. If you were going to Colorado right now, you would be having the time of your damn life. They have rappers out there. They got everything. It doesn't look bad.
Yo, the games are lit. Like, if I was, I'd actually be out to every game. Like, if I actually went to that school.
Colorado looks kind of.
I'm sure.
That would actually be a great move. Like, anytime they had a home game, I'd actually be like.
Yeah, bro, he's selling out right now.
Yeah, he's selling out the whole.
Like I said, he's a social media coach. So you guys are just proving
he just made up that tag. Oh yeah, now we really got to post that on the real
social media coach. Okay, Acho.
I'm ready to wrap this up whenever you guys are.
I'm ready. Altuve's about to hit a grand slam. We gonna see.
You winning money today?
But yo, are you guys want to watch this game or nah? If you want to say nah, I'm all right with it. I'm being a damn incubation chamber watching this game.
I'll be honest. I'll play the crib tonight. Thursday for the Saints Jags game. I might go. I'll go to B-Dubs.
Saints Jags. I mean, I'll go to New.
I gotta do tonight, but I am down Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday I'm down to go out. Double wings.
I'm down.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, if you made it this far, thank you so much for fucking around with us for 55 minutes. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Be on the lookout for our Week 7 picks in the next few days. Thank you guys. Peace.
See you.